Here we go. We got the audio working. Thank you, Rolando. Hello, Tony. Saying Rolando, you're muted. Star Wars Sith. Hello. Hashtag remember my first live stream. The Galactic Cantina. Welcome. Mute. Muted. The Galactic Cantina. Hello. We got an episode 3 flashback. pretty much pretty much episode 3 all over again, but this time without the witch's chance. But yeah, I think with this episode, I mean, the only thing that we, I guess you could say, that we got from this is that Indara wanted to do things the right way. Before even going into there, she wanted to alert the Jedi Council. And she also stated that the kids are old. They're already past their age. They're not gonna be able to be Jedi's. So those are the things we learned from there. They got dope speeders. Those bike speeders were pretty dope. And then we got a fight scene finally with Torben, Kalnaka, and Soul. But besides that, what else did we get? We already knew Soul attachment to Osha was like so strong. Um, and then we knew Soul had to do something. But what happened to all the witches? They're dead. I guess what they fainted or they used all their energy and sources to try to control Kananaka, and then that's it. They're dead. So I mean, you guys tell me. We got Tony hashtag no audio Ricky for the $1.99. Thank you, Tony. Oh my goodness. We got they literally reused the scenes where she said what was on the table. Yep. Imagine if this episode was a was I don't even I don't know I even have to say that penultimate episode. Wait, hold on. It actually was. Kilanaka fight was fire. Yes, it was. Some of the fight was pretty good, but everything else was snooze fest. We got a hell of a lot of bad writing. So, what up, Chris? Thank you for joining the live stream. Yeah, there was. Okay, so this was the first episode. I got up, made myself some coffee during the episode. I went to change my shirt. I forgot what else I did. It was pretty much the same episode of episode 3 from a different angle. And pretty much all we got was the fight. So that was the worst thing. That was the big thing that May really didn't want to kill her sister, and that Soul killed Mother Saya, Anastasia, whatever. That was the big thing that happened in Brindock 16 years ago. That's kind of crazy. We got Ronaldo saying what's up to Chris. We got Patrick in the building. What up, Ricky? What up, Patrick? Thank you for joining the live stream. Let me know what you thought about the episode, Patrick. Next to last, ultimate is a fail. So is the one before the front. Oh, okay, okay. Thank you for explaining that. Appreciate that. Torben was nice with the blade for real. Yeah, he was. He saved himself. Even though he got that scar and his face was all messed up, the way Kananaka had him on the wall and was just about to slash him, and he was able to hold his lightsaber like this. That was pretty dope. Vixter TV, 38 minutes to get about 4 minutes of content that matter. What a waste. Yeah, it was wow. I don't even know what to say. I I expected a flashback, right? Because obviously is the same person that wrote episode 3. But I thought that we were gonna get a little bit more of the present time too. And yeah, it was just pretty much the same thing. We got more Master and Dara, Trinity. We got more of her. We got Kalanaka using his lightsaber, finally. But that was pretty much it, man. So what is episode 8? They left a lot on the table. I thought this episode was supposed to be like 43 minutes, 45 minutes long. It ended up being what, 37, 38. And I feel like I still don't understand why we get shows like House of Dragons, we get shows like The Boys, that their episodes are like an hour long. And these episodes are like 35, 33, 38, and we're still not getting the answers we need, which leaves a lot on the table. I For real, if you were on Tony's pre-show, uh Kamar is the show to me. Kamar is the show, and there was no Kamar in this episode, which we kind of knew going into it there was gonna be a flashback episode. But man, what a difference. You have him, reveal himself in episode 5. We have him talking about how he was a Jedi in episode 6, and you basically see where he lives and his thought process and how he's trying to convince Osha, right? To show her true self. Those 2 episodes were banging. To me they were bangers, right? Back and forth. A lot of people complained about 6, but then you get this episode and it's like, man, I don't know. Am I the only one? Let me read the comments. Where were we at? I used my wise words. The last 20 minutes was great. Otherwise, it was rewatching episode 3. I totally agree. We still don't know how the twins were made. Again, Obiani moves all over. Only cool things were the speeders, Indara acting Torben time, and Kanaka going ham for a moment. Yes, the speeders were fire. Fire the speeders. I wish I know we're gonna get that in the Black Series or something. I know that's coming out. Like Theory said in his live reaction, why did Soul use all his force to hold the bridge when he could have less used less force to just force pull the girls to him? They are way lighter than the bridge. I don't know. Kind of like what Chris said. Maybe poor writing, poor decisions. Pop photography, Skill Bean, and Vixter TV. Hello. Torben is the same actors as Tommen in Game of Thrones, the Lannister prince, who perished himself by jumping out of the window in the King's Landing. Yeah, that was crazy. You want to talk about, except for the last season of Game of Thrones, Game of Thrones, every season was crazy. And again, the episodes were about 50 minutes to an hour long. Oh, man, such a great show. Diusan, welcome to the live stream. It gives a lot of information. I think the hate is a bit much. Half of the episode was really cool fight. Yeah, I mean, not so much of the hate. Like, I don't want to seem like some of those people that hate the Acolyte. I don't hate the Acolyte. I guess what I could say is I want more. I want more out of the show. Um, if you can take the rewatch, right? Let's say this episode was actually an hour long, okay? And they did the whole kind of flashback the first 15 minutes, kind of setting the scene, reminding us of what happened in episode 3, and then use the other 45 minutes of actual new content and answer some of the questions about how the twins were made and all that. then it would have been a banger episode. But you have to make it longer. It's like they're leaving out information and plus they're making the episode short. So Wookiees can rip limbs of lizards, but they can't do nothing to young Padawans. I guess he has some strong plot force armor. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. I think if he was possessed and he is a Wookiee, he would have destroyed Torben. So unless Torben is really strong Padawan, Chris says, laugh out loud. I'm up on vacation in Allentown at my buddy's house, and he's like, "What the fuck did you just put on?" That's hilarious. What's up, Rolando from Patrick? So I'm interpret sorry, interpreting this correctly. My master and Dara killed the entire coven with the force backfeed. I I don't know. We were watching it. I was watching it with my girlfriend, and she said, "Did they faint it? Like they it looked like they were using all obviously their powers together, all as one, right? To control Kalanaka, but then they all kind of like look like they faded. I don't know if they necessarily died, but they end up dying in the fire, right? Because if they fainted and then that fire is still going on, they toast. Kilanaka choked Torben so hard that he made him grow a terrible fake looking neck beard from Halloween aisle at Target. That was a nice beard, wasn't it? Right? Beautiful beard. Oh, what up, Nick? Nick in the building. Great episode. I loved it. Almost answered everything. Setting up the final to answer the final bits. You think, Nick, they're gonna really answer everything at the last episode? I hope so. I hope so. To get at least, I don't know, a grade C overall, they're gonna need to answer some questions. Rolando with the Sifford Wet Jet saying hello to Nick. Marcellus, that pop song at the end was so stupid. The Star Wars video game composer sounds more like John Williams than the TV guys. Yep. I don't know what was going on because literally I got up. I was like, okay, the live stream is about to go on literally right after the episode, like I said. So I had to go in and make my coffee real quick. And I'm just listening again, what's going on. And then I hear some music and I thought like, my girlfriend changed the channel or something. I don't know what happened. And I'm asking what happened. She's like, the show's over. I'm like, what is this music? That was kind of weird. So Indara closes off the connection to Kilanaka possession, and a strange kills all of the witch, and strangely kills all of the witches. Laugh out loud. So do you think she killed them? You think they're dead? Or like did she just like make them weak, unconscious, and they end up burning? And you saw, remember that what are we gonna tell the council? She said we're gonna tell them the truth. We're gonna say that May burned the place down. So she was protecting Soul, even though in the beginning she wanted to alert the council. She didn't want nobody to go, but Soul was so concerned for the girls. And it's funny that if you notice in the episode, he was trying to talk to Torben and she was trying to get him to like Torben to understand and to answer the questions himself. And she's like, that's why you don't have a Padawan. So maybe Soul's not fit to have a Padawan, but I don't know, for some reason he just connected so much to the girls just from spying on them. I don't know. But they said that they were made by splitting a single person in the womb, and Soul mentioned only a virgin is powerful enough to do that. Nick, stop shilling, please. Laugh out loud. Every episode has hit for me so far. I'm rereading the expanded universe to cleanse my soul. Luke and his new Jedi Order are alive and well. That pop song at the end reminded me of the end credit scenes in the Black Panther. But in Black Panther, it fits. The credits music of an episode should reflect the vibe on how the episode ends. Exactly. That was kind of, I'm telling you, that was weird. And I'm gonna have to rewatch the like last minute ending and then like I don't know, Shazam that song, figure out why they would put that upbeat pop song at this end of the episode. Very weird. We got 13 people on here live. Thank you everybody for joining the live stream. If you are new to this channel, hit that like button and subscribe. Your boy does live streams after episodes, Disney episodes. I will be going to ICC Con and also Fan Expo in Chicago. So I'm going to be doing a lot of vlogging on and conventions. I do unboxings and also where are they at? Oh, I think I put them away. Your boy over here also does Lego Live. So if you're into Star Wars Lego, and watching me build it, go ahead and subscribe. We got Tony. Where's he at? Chris, someone can like a show. Y'all with that shill is stupid, man. The dumb and the songs may be at first never. Oh, sorry. The dumb and song may be a first. Never can I recall words in any music in Star Wars. What the f? Yeah, the music it was definitely dumb at the end. I don't get that part. Internet people need new words to stop being mad when people like stuff. Laugh out loud. Super lame. Ricky, what you rate the episode from 1 to 10? Mm, I would have to say for me, the episode was probably, I'm leaning between 6 and 7. And what kind of saves it is definitely the lightsaber fight scene was pretty fire. I wish you could have more actually. Um, any episode that has lightsaber fighting is amazing. Um, I guess maybe my I went into this episode with maybe high hopes, high expectations that I was gonna get all my answered in like at least that part because we still don't know the whole situation, what's going to happen between Kamar, May, Osha, and Saul in the present. So I'm not talking about getting the answer for that stuff. That's going to be the juicy stuff that hopefully plays out in episode 8. What I wanted is just the answer of like everything that happened in Brindog and like who like what happened to May. Maybe we'll get it in episode 8, but we know May's not dead. She fell, or he made the decision to save Osha versus May, right? And then he killed the mother. But what else? Like, who picked up May? Where did she go? Was any of the other witches alive? Or are they all dead? I guess maybe then that means we're gonna get another flashback in episode 8. So that's I feel like if I would have got that at least Brindock, it's answered, and then let's go to the present. It would have been more like an 8 to me. As Star Wars Sith, true. Even if I don't like something, I'm not gonna go in on someone who loves it. Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's so many things in the Star Wars universe that people like. I take it as thinking about collecting, right? We talk about collecting, people collect helmets, people collect lightsabers, people collect Funko Pops. I remember when I was getting into Funko Pops, everybody's like, why are you collecting those things? They're stupid. It's a waste of money. But there's people that collect Funko Pops, and it's not everybody's gonna like all the same things. So yeah, nobody's gonna like Acolyte, and that's fine. But you can knock somebody for liking it. You know, you just say it's not for me. There's a lot of people that love Andor. I don't know why. I watched all 12 episodes. I didn't fall asleep, but I just don't like it. Have I rewatched it? No. That song has been available on Apple Music. I passed on adding it. Oh, really? Exactly. Laugh out loud. Come on. Common sense. Yep, exactly. The Guy 24, thank you for joining the live stream. Longer episodes connecting episode 3 and 7 would make things better. Yeah, I feel like if the episode was just a little bit longer, give it a little bit more time. It just always feel like these episodes are so quick, man. And I guess I'm not used to that from a live action show. Like, yeah, from a TV series, if we're talking about like Family Matters or what is it called? I'm having a brain fart, but sitcom shows like that, the Seinfeld, Jerry Seinfeld show. Yeah, you expect those to be 20 minutes, Full House, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, 5 minutes commercials, and boom, done. We're used to that. But for a live action show that you're paying for a service, right? It's not basic sitcom cable TV. You're paying Disney Plus. You're expecting something for at least 45 minutes to an hour long. And they got the budget for it. That's the thing too. It's not like they didn't get, the volume and Kenobi budget. They got the money for it. So why not make it long? The Galactic Cantina, I rated 6 out of 10 max. The fighting scenes carried it. Yeah, it did. It did. I kind of wish that episode 7 was just episode 3. Good point. And probably would have changed the hate train entirely that early on. Yes, I totally agree. I said that if in episode 3 you just take out the witches chant and like the whole the force, and they change it to calling it the thread and all that stuff. Literally, if you just take this episode, I don't think you get too much hate. That was a great point out, Nick. What up, Brandon in the building? Thank you for doing the live stream. I give the episode 8 out of 10. I like to finally see what happened that night on Brindock. I think the end credit music was dope, and how our people are ignoring Torben hitting the Obi-Wan Annie. Yeah, that was crazy, right? Oh, sorry, jump in. Thank you for joining the live stream. Why did Soul yell Osha when he saw May? That's a very good question. Yeah, you swap episode 7 for 3 and delete the episode completely, different show. Totally agree. Gianni V in the building. The song was fire, laugh out loud. Now, I guess, okay, I wouldn't say the song was bad. I never said the song was bad. I guess for me, it kind of threw me off. It kind of threw me off from the whole, like, we're not used to something that pop right at the end of a Star Wars episode. So that's the only thing I can say. It kind of threw me off. Why does everything have to be answered in one season unless it was specifically mentioned or written as one season only? So why wouldn't it have an integral left for some more seasons? Yeah. Um, I guess yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Like, I guess it's just me maybe wanting more. Um us wanting to get the answers. I guess we're expecting to get the answers at the end, but it hasn't been announced that there is a second season. I'm assuming they should have a second season. I know there's rumors out there saying that second season got canceled and is the only season. That's not true. Um, But if they're gonna leave us with a cliffhanger, but at least like, do we leave with us at least Brindok being answered, and then now we don't know, maybe Soul dies in episode 8 by the hands of Osha, and now we leave with what is Kamar and Osha gonna do the next season? I'm not sure. But yeah, I get what your point is like not everything needs to be answered. Maybe it's just, some of us just want the answers. Somehow, unless there is a double length final episode, there will be some many questionable scenarios left. Definitely. So that to me that means there's got to be a season 2, right? They're just not going to just do Acolyte season 1, leave so many things unanswered and that's it, right? Stave Flower, what's going on? Thank you for joining the live stream. This episode was cheeks, man, and he needed to do way more. Yeah, I get you. This is like the raw kind of like my thought process right up after watching it one time. Usually, I watch it twice. Because one, there's some things that I missed the first time. I could get distracted, having your cell phone and messages and answering things at the same time and watching. Sometimes you lose your concentration, so you might miss something. But yeah, raw right at the end of the episode, we're live. The episode was meh to me. Like it wasn't the best. Maybe rewatching it, but I totally agree with Tony and Nick called it. You delete episode 3, take this episode number 7 and make it 3. Totally is a game changer. The guy 24 just shows us what happened. Let us speculate and create our own theories. They are keeping us guessing. Works for regular TV, and I just don't think it works for Star Wars. But I like this episode to be honest with you. Yeah, I get it. I get it. It's you have to leave us with some type of mystery, and I guess that's the fun part, right? Regardless if I think the episode was and some people actually really love this episode, it's got our mind thinking, right? As soon as I end this live stream, you think this is gonna be the last time I'm thinking about this episode? I might rewatch the episode after this live stream is over. Again, just thinking about all the things, maybe hearing something and just going out and thinking something crazy. You have sometimes your safe theory, like, okay, this is most likely gonna happen the next episode, or this is where they're most likely gonna go. And then you have your but what if this happened? This crazy theory. So I love, TV shows like this. Yes, I get it. I guess it's just me. And I do see Chris is giving it a very bad score, but I'm not going to go to that yet. Good point, Wet Jet. Chris is giving it a point 2 out of 10. Not even a full 1. Wow, Chris. That is crazy. There is no way, bro. Just call the credit music was dope. No way, bro. Just called the credits. Music was dope. Okay. Skinned, thank you for joining the live stream. That was awesome. All right. Very sad. What are you sad about? State Flower. Wow. I can't English. I wish we would have gotten episode 1, both of the flashbacks combined, episode 3 and 4, and the Kamar stuff, then 5, 6, and 7, no more flashbacks, and move on with the story. Yeah, I think I definitely could see that because, episode 1, I guess you go from present day, and then you do the flashback in episode 3, which I think if they would have just started showing like Jedi's arriving and there's this cult of witches. There's these two twins that are force sensitive. The Jedi trying to figure out like, hey, there was nothing in this planet before. And then From there, they grab one of the kids. We go to present day. She used to be a Jedi, but now she's not. And then we move forward. Kind of like that's it. And then explaining maybe in episode two what happened in Brindok, the other side, the other view or point of view, the fight with Kilinaka, and then we go forward. I think that would have been pretty good. Kind of remixing the flow of the season. Please, no more of this show. 180 mil, and they made this. Why can't they just make the story people actually want? This is true, and I don't understand. Do they have again? I'm okay with Acolyte, but we're talking about a lot of money for this show. It's fresh and new with new characters, the majority of all new characters, but there has to be somebody in the board that is a Star Wars fan and knows what we want. Heck, do a poll, do a survey on StarWars.com. Put up a survey link on your Instagram account for Star Wars and ask the fans, what would you like to see next? I don't know. This started filming during COVID, so everyone had to be quarantined and they had to pay for testing and isolation if anyone got sick. Hmm. Nostalgic, thank you for joining the live stream. Laugh out loud, it was cheeks. I have to agree. Oh, hashtag it was cheeks. Not gonna lie. If Kamar doesn't get the yellow Sith eyes next episode, probably just a person wanting oh what? Probably just a personal want personally want, but I'd be disappointed if we didn't get it. Sorry, I don't know how to read today. Like, hold on, let me drink some more coffee. Your boy is a little okay. Probably just a personally want, but I will be disappointed if we didn't get it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's a yeah, it's probably gonna be a personal want for you. I don't think it's a deal breaker if he doesn't have Sith eyes, but would it be badass? I mean, imagine the end episode 8 and the camera's just zooming in. He has the helmet on, and he takes the helmet off, and then you just see the Sith eyes, and boom, it ends. You gotta wait for season 2. That'll be dope. Notice how Coral Lady never died. She must be the Sith Master or something. I think Tony put it earlier, and the first thing is like, what happened to Coral? Where did she go? Drop a poll. Skin says, drop a poll. Say flower. And Torben killed himself for what? He got to the castle at some time as everyone else. Soul told him to go in. And he didn't even kill a single witch. It makes no sense. That is so true. That is so true. Why did he kill himself? Hmm. Guilty for what? Because he feels like it was his fault chasing him down in the speeder. Like, he bro wanted to go home, man. He just wanted to go back home. He was there for too long. I will never rewatch this episode. But you know what, Chris? You watched it. You watched it, man. That's it. The only Disney Star Wars I have ever rewatched was Mando season 1 and 2. Mando season 1 and 2, man. They really knocked it out the park. Mando season 3, I think when you come from, you know, having season 1 ending with the dark saber at the end, and you got season 2 and you got Luke, like, man, it's just you're really in us, and then you got Luke and then you got Ahsoka. It's like, whoa, you're hitting it. So when it came to season 3, it felt more like the Bo-Katan show than the Mandalorian show, than Mando himself, right? So I think that's why everybody kind of like 3 is like this, but overall, man, they hit it out the park with that. So and I was scared when they mentioned that Disney Plus is coming with a live action Star Wars show. I was like, "Ugh, I don't know how that's gonna be." And then the Mando season 1 came out, and wow. I mean, if you look at my profile pic, it tells you a lot. That's how much I love Mando. But I don't know about the other shows that have been coming out, man. They need some other directions. The pacing of this show is one of the major issues with most of the Star Wars Disney Plus shows. It feels like they are writing they're writing written as movies, but they drag it out over 8 episodes. Yeah, it's all about trying to get people to purchase that service, Disney Plus service. I feel like we were good. Like for me, I love Rogue One. Rogue One, amazing. Rogue One. And I was like kind of scared because a Star Wars story. Now Solo, mm, it's I think it's like 50-50. 50% of the people love Solo, other people didn't like Solo. And I get it. It's not Harrison Ford. We can't make him young again. But I don't think Solo was terrible. If they would have did Solo Part 2, and I mean, why do you put Maul at the end of the movie if you're not gonna use him? I'm just saying. But I think it was solely focusing on putting all their money on the Disney Plus services and making the TV show. It's fine if you just had Mando. And you did the Mando Ahsoka universe thing that they're doing right now. That would have been fine. And then the animated series, the animated, series that you're making, and just leave it like that. That's fine. We don't need any other extra stuff and invest that money and that time and bringing us to the movie theaters, man. That's where Star Wars started, man. Bring us back to the theaters. Give us a 2 hour and 25-minute movie, right? Heck, 2 hours and 40 minutes, whatever. Give us a good movie in the movie theaters. We got Flex in the building. What up, Flex? So, what was Torben guilt to poison himself? I don't know. He just got his ass torn around by a Wookiee. Pretty much. I don't see that he did anything that he deserved to kill himself. I don't know. I don't get it, and I don't know if that's gonna be answered. I'm not sure. But thank you for joining the live stream. Brandon, what story do we all want though? That's true. What story do we all want? I think a lot of people want the Darth Plagueis Palpatine story, or Palpatine and Maul, Darth Revan story. I think it's a lot. It's a lot that people want. I think, overall Star Wars fans just want a lot. We want a lot. Also, they're doing it weekly and not all at once because they want the members to stay subscribed. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of shows have adapted that. What is it? The Boys, which I'm watching on Amazon. Amazing, crazy show, but it's amazing. they come out weekly. Obviously, House of Dragons come out weekly. And I think it's always been like that. Netflix, they do series that just drop all episodes all at once, and you kind of go at your own pace. You either watch it, binge watch it within 2 days, or you just kind of drag it out. Um, but yeah, I think what they should do, okay, if you want to continue to have people to subscribe to Disney Plus, make a movie exclusively to Disney Plus. Make the movie. Again, make it 2 hours and 50 minutes. Or you could do like, and again, I'm not trying to compare, but you could do a part one, part one of this movie coming out in December, and then part two come out in April and May. That's an idea. Victoria in the building, just finished watching. So basically, it was a big misunderstanding. Laugh out loud. Yes, it was definitely a big misunderstanding. She was gonna let Osha go against all her people. All her people was like questioning her, like you lead us, and they invested all their time into these two twins, and now you're just gonna let one of them go. I thought it was pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think nobody ever mentioned it here. How they could just go and be like little dust and dirt, and they just vanish within thin air, and then Saul, man, Saul killed the mother. Uh Galactic says at Brandon, more actually Sith focus, like Leslie said the show was gonna be. Torben's guilt was probably going to the twins because sorry, probably going to the twins because had he not, I'm sure none of this would have happened, right? Probably, maybe. He blames himself like he's the one that kind of started it all this. Or imagine at the end, Kamar puts his on his helmet with his eyes closed. Then, with a close-up shot at the mask, you can see him open his eyes yellow glowing and cut back. That would be dope. I need a triple photo op with Soul, Osha, and Kamar at MegaCon. Wow. That would be crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. If Soul or Kamar, I mean, I'm okay with probably not getting a photo op from Osha, but definitely Kamar. If Kamar shows up to MegaCon, I want a plaque. I want the art plaque to get obviously an autograph, and then the photo op. 100%. I'm out. Gotta upload. Yell at these things. Laugh out loud. All right, Chris. Thank you for joining the live stream. Have a good night. We got laugh out loud or laugh my ass off, Chris. Actually, The Force Awakens was good. Not the prequels or OT level, but just good. And it was Disney. Man, when The Force Awakens came out, like the hype, the hype for that movie. And I'm not gonna lie, like again, the sequels have some good things in the sequels. To me, Kylo was a good story, and I think they could have done more. What ended up happening with the Knights of Ren? What did they do? I feel like there was so much they could have done. I actually like Ray. Ray was not bad. I would have preferred that she continued the lineage of the Palpatine and she ended up turning Sith, but that's just me. That would have been pretty crazy, and that would have been dope. But yeah, there were some good parts of the sequel movies, and there were some parts that you're like, really? So, and it was Disney. Yep. He killed himself from the guilt of being responsible for the loss of so many lives and the destruction of the coven. It's totally all his fault. Laugh out loud. Torben's guilt was probably going to the castle because had he not. Oh, I thought I read that one already. Would have went down, right? Yes, agree with you. All right, let's see. Especially since he's a younger Jedi, his emotions were not all in control like the other older Jedis. So it's got to his head and he could not shake it off. Yeah, man, he cannot shake it off. I thought that was dope. Now, Nick, you reminded me of the part where we got to see what he was seeing when he was possessed, and she was really getting to his head. She was getting to his head big time. So maybe since the state of that moment and they left, yeah, it really got to him. He just wanted his emotion is like, I don't want to be here no more. If we got to get these girls or we got to do something, like let's do it now because I want to go back home. I want to play my Xbox. That's what he wanted to do. Everyone is going to be wanting and anticipating Plagueis or Tenebris to show up at the end. And they are gonna be get mad sorry, they are gonna get Mother Coral showing up at the end, laugh out loud. This show has nothing left to latch onto. Yeah, that would be crazy. It would be crazy if that's the end and it's Coral. Wow, that would be crazy. Right? Like Torben didn't have to do all that. Yeah, he didn't. Um, but man, kill himself? I don't know, man. I don't feel that much guilt. Probably the Old Republic. Yep. Even before Acolyte and the recent Marvel shows, Disney were not profiting at Disney Plus. They actually were losing billions. I don't know, man. I just don't get them sometimes. I'm still subscribed because yeah, one, you get to rewatch like Rebels, Bad Batch, the Clone Wars, the old movies. So that's where I'm subscribing. And obviously, I keep it because my kids like Disney. My girlfriend likes rewatching a lot of Disney old shows when she was younger, and the movies, the classic movies. So that's why we keep Disney Plus. But man, I don't know. I don't know. Skeleton Crew. It's something fresh and new. I hope I'm gonna go in. My expectation for Skeleton Crew is gonna be very low, and hopefully, I'm surprised. I'm just gonna go with low expectations. Alright, guys. We are on this planet to look for people. Let's go scan this dirt and grass. Oh my goodness. And I think when he killed himself, seeing her after all those years, the internal shock and his guilt all hit him at once leading him to make the choice as retribution for his actions. I mean, I think meditating, keeping yourself in meditation state for 10 years is punishing enough. I like how Stranger Things releases their show in batches for season 4 and like releasing the show in different arcs. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They could do that where we're gonna go ahead and drop episode 1 through 5, and then episode 6, 7, 8. It's gonna be longer episodes, but this is coming out in spring, so it kind of gives you anticipation, but you don't have to wait a whole 2 or 3 years for another season to come out. I like young Torben, even though he's a Jedi. You see him struggle with basic human emotion. That is so Star Wars. You don't think, because Kalanaka felt bad for losing control and smashing Torben's face in? He probably did. He probably did. Didn't he pretty much went out to exile himself? He was doing his own thing. Also, Soul literally stabbed air and it worked. I don't know, bro. This show is something else. Exactly. The guy 24. That was super cool to see. So no one is mentioning souls creeping on children in the forest and following them home. Uh Kamara snapping my neck in a photo op. Oh, reenacting. That would be that would be dope, bro. That would be dope. Yo, that would be crazy photo op. All right, guys. So we are about 7 minutes. 7 minutes in, there's 11 people on the live stream. I appreciate everybody in the live stream. 7 minutes, and I'm gonna go ahead and call it quits. We still got some more questions. Do we think Kamar will actually be Sith, even though he told Soul they might see him as a Sith? I don't know. I don't know. Like his blade is red, so but there are a lot of people that do have red blades that technically are not Sith lords or it's not like a Balin and Shin where theirs was kind of like orange. So it's kind of like, you don't follow the Jedi code, but we're not also Sith. We kind of go with our own thing. I can see him like the Knights of Ren or Ren kind of starting with his thoughts, like his beliefs, but I guess to him, when he said, "You people, you Jedi might call me a Sith," it's like because I don't follow your rules. I don't, but he is using a red blade, so it's very interesting. But I feel like he is a Sith. That's my opinion. I feel like he's a Sith. The Galactic Cantina, that's why he couldn't have a Padawan. His over attachment was a problem. Definitely, bro. He is super emotional. And I thought, Jedi's are not supposed to be so emotional. Soul to this present day, because remember in episode 6, when he went back to the ship, he was slamming that table down. Super emotional. Even when he was fighting Kamar, he wanted to chop his head off, cut his head off. And if it wasn't for Osha for stopping it. Like he kicked him, he headbutt him. He's super emotional, even to present day. And think about, we're talking about a young Torben being emotional at that time. You just put Torben with Soul. That's a recipe for a mistake to happen, which it did. Them two together was not a good idea. Brandon, the people behind the show has called him a Sith a lot of times, even Leslie. He's technically Sith because he proclaims and he practices the art. Proclaimed it. I just think it's dumb. Sol was the one who led Torben inside the castle, and at that point, nothing had happened yet. I don't think it was enough to justify him killing himself. Yeah, if anybody needed to kill themselves, probably Sol. Sol needed that poison. Need more Kamar and Osha next episode for real. I totally agree with you, Victoria, 100%. If we don't, if we don't get Kamar and Osha in episode 8, bro, oh, I don't even want to think about him. I'm just getting mad right now. I think Disney Plus is pretty good for watching a lot of stuff since Disney owns so many properties. Definitely. Definitely. There's so many things. I mean, if you grew up in the early 2000s, all those Disney shows, Disney movies, was it Halloween Town? Like all this stuff is good, right? Just the library of having all the Disney movies, and then you add Fox in there, and then you have Star Wars, all Star Wars stuff. It's good to have. Torben is the one who made a choice to run there, and Soul had to chase him. Once he did, that even Soul knew there was no turning back. They stabbed May's mom in front of her. I think that would be pretty dramatic. Well, sorry, dramaticizing or dramatizing for a kid. Yeah, for a child, definitely. Hell yeah. You just witness. That's why she wants to kill Saul so bad. Because you just killed my mom, regardless of my mom. I mean, I think if you just say in general, regardless if your mom is a teacher or a drug dealer, you're always gonna love your mom. And you're always gonna be like, whoever kills your mom or hurts your mom, you want to attack them. That's why when people used to say your mama jokes, it started a lot of fights. They ain't say anything about the dad, but you talk about mom. So of course, man, that's gonna drive her crazy. And that's what I want to see. I want to see the point where May was rescued, who rescued her, what did she do? She witnessed the whole castle burn down, and then now she has that purpose of those are the four Jedis. I want to kill all those four Jedis. I want revenge. So hopefully we see the moment we where you get Kamar meeting May for the first time. Soul could have definitely turned back. It was Osha that he sensed to let him inside at the point nothing had ever happened. Yep, exactly. All right, so this is the last couple questions, and then I'm leaving or comments. You're going to SuperCon. I'll be there Saturday, meeting Lucy from the. Oh, That's a good. Are you doing photo op or are you doing autograph? I know Lucy's gonna be at Chicago Fan Expo. I'm still on the fence. I'm not sure if I'm gonna order a plaque, but man, that Fallout show, that was another amazing show. Another amazing show. And Lucy's a new character that is not in the Fallout games at all. And if you haven't watched Fallout, you gotta watch it, man. This week is all over the place. Went from seeing dragons on dragon fights to watching this. Definitely. All right, guys. Well, it's been an hour. We had the most of 20 people watching. There's 8 of you still here. I appreciate everybody. Make sure you hit that like button. And again, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Your boy's going to be live. We're going to talk next week. That's it. How they going to finish season 1? I don't know. I'm going to rewatch after this, kind of gather up some theories. Might drop a video tomorrow talking about episode 7. So recap. So be on the lookout for that. But I appreciate everybody. All right. Have a good one. Peace.